Well, guys, good evening. Welcome to our session. Tonight will be our session number 9. And well, first, of course, some, let's say, administrative information. Guys, hoy pues les envié el correo que usualmente les envío llegando al final del ciclo, haciendo referencia pues a esos parámetros a tener en cuenta de todo el componente evaluativo. Parámetros y porcentajes que ustedes conocen en este punto de la perfección. Quizás, ¿cuáles son los aspectos a tener en cuenta en lo referente a fechas? Primero, las actividades de virtual van a quedar habilitadas hasta el día jueves, como ya les había contado los días anteriores. Básicamente, estamos como a la espera de qué tanto tiempo podíamos dar de más, por decirlo así, y pues el plazo máximo viene siendo hasta el jueves. ¿Listo? Para que lo tengamos pendiente. Entonces, las actividades de módulo habilitadas hasta el jueves 18 de mayo. ¿Listo? Como bien sabemos, hoy es el plazo máximo para el envío de lo que es más bien el avance del proyecto. Ya la gran mayoría lo ha enviado. De todas maneras, les voy a volver a compartir el link por acá para que lo suban. Faltan muy pocos, pero no está de más pues que tengan la información ahí referente al link. Y bueno, como bien sabemos, mañana tenemos nuestro examen final de este cuarto ciclo. ¿Listo? Tenemos las dos partes de siempre. Primero la parte escrita y luego tenemos la parte del speaking. Bueno, la tienen con la profe Laura Juliana. Ya sobre el final de la sesión estaremos hablando de los parámetros, como siempre, muy parecido a lo que hablamos del proyecto. Es más como refrescar su memoria porque ustedes conocen muy bien qué es lo que hay que realizar. Y bueno, como ustedes también saben, en la sesión número 9 realizamos entonces nuestra encuesta de final de ciclo. También conocen las preguntas muy bien, pero como bien saben, es un protocolo que tenemos que realizar pues dentro de todos los parámetros. Ustedes también saben que llegado el caso que no la presenten desde coordinación, nos están recordando, tales estudiantes no la han presentado y hasta que ustedes no la presenten, pues no los podemos dejar tranquilos, por decirlo así. ¿Listo? Guys, entonces les acabé de enviar el link al chat hace unos segunditos. Voy a darles 5 minuticos para que la presenten. Muy importante, casi que es necesario que lo presenten de una vez para, como les decía, evitar que les esté insistiendo a cada rato que durante la sesión, incluso en la segunda parte, que me envíen las respuestas. Guys, ¿me podrían confirmar que el link funcione, el que les acabé de enviar, el de la encuesta?
Sí está funcionando, teacher.
Ok, Santiago, thank you. Ahí les voy a dar 5 minuticos para que presenten la encuesta. Después de que la presenten, tomo asistencia. Entonces, ahí la tenemos. Para las personas que acabaron de ingresar, ustedes conocen muy bien como tal los parámetros. Ah, bueno, ingresaron 2 personas más. La voy a volver a enviar. Y bueno, solo la voy a presentar una vez. Listo, súper importante que tengan presente eso. De pronto, si más adelante por los compañeros que quizás tienen problemas de conexión, etcétera, y necesitan un poquito más de tiempo, con una vez que lo envíen es más que suficiente. Bueno, Vanessa no toma asistencia. Entonces, presenten la encuesta y ahí sí toma asistencia. 5 minuticos empezando en este instante. Ok, guys. Bueno, estamos realizando la encuesta de satisfacción. De pronto, para quienes ingresaron hace unos segunditos, se las acabé de enviar. Se las acabé de enviar, por favor. Como siempre, la invitación es que la hagan en este instante. Y bueno, voy a aprovechar ahora sí para tomar asistencia, que no había tomado. Karen Victoria Acevedo.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Steven Santiago Fonseca.
Here, teacher.
Okay. Kiara Lizeth Martínez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jorge Jair Moreno.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay. Diego Fernando Olarte.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Manuela Ortiz.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Joan Sebastián Pavón. There you are in the chat. Beatriz Pedraza.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Xiomara Caterina Rincón.
Present.
Okay. Jessica Paola Ríos.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Caterina Alexandra Rodríguez.
Present, Miss.
Okay. Marlon Yesid Sánchez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mendy Fabián Santa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Manuel Alberto Sepúlveda.
Present, teacher.
Okay. María Alejandra Vega.
Present, teacher.
Okay. And Vanessa Zambrano.
Present, teacher.
Okay. There you are. So guys, don't forget, hopefully all of you already did it. Ahí le envié la encuesta a Mendy, que ingresó hace unos 2 minuticos. Well, guys, you already know the drill. Do not forget to send it. I hope that all of you already did it. And well, guys, basically in terms of content, we are about to finish all those aspects of Unit 4. Tonight, we will be working on the task section, okay? In this case, the task is talking about a mission to the future. This activity in particular is going to have some reading, some speaking, and at the same time, some writing. The information is taken from pages 42 and 43. I'm going back to my presentation so we can start. Okay, I'm gonna read this first instruction for you. It says, read the article about Mission 2050 and summarize the main information. After reading the article, guys, the idea is that you are going to choose what characteristics you think will be most useful in Novaterra. Novaterra is the place that we are going to read about here in the article, okay? So we're gonna read it. Of course, as you can imagine, the idea that you take some notes because this information about the mission is going to be necessary for the development of the activities. Let's start by reading the first paragraph. Vanessa, could you read it, please? Following until Novaterra.
Okay, teacher. Following the success of the Mars 500 million mission, the International Space Agency ISA has decided to carry out a more extensive simulated space mission. Mission 2050 will send 7 volunteers to live for 10 years at on isolation. isolate. Top secret reserve location, no, no terror.
That's it. Thank you very much. Vanessa, just a few things of pronunciations. Pronunciation success. Here, agency. This, well, the ED here decided, extended, isolated. Okay. Vanessa, thank you very much. Well, that's the introduction of the mission, telling us like the reason why it's taking place. And of course, the name of this desert location. And don't forget the name. It's going to be Novatel. Okay. Let's have a look at the second paragraph. Manuela, could you read it, please?
Yes, teacher. Volunteers cannot leave the mission unless they are critically ill. They can only contact their families and friends every 3 months by email.
Contact. Very good. Let's have a look at the third paragraph. Manuel.
Okay, teacher. The climate and habitat of Nova Terra will be adapted to reflect what is known about Mars, and the mission will be closely monitored by scientists, doctors, and psychologists researching how to set up real space colonies in the future. I will be promoted as an important symbol of international cooperation.
It will promote it. You said I. Okay. Let's have a look at the four statements that the mission has. Catherine, could you read the next part, please?
Its mission statement is to involve people from a cross-section of nationalities, races, and social backgrounds. Next.
Yes. The second.
Study how people at different sex, age react under this condition. Study the needs and behavior of any children born in this condition, etc. Find out the most important characteristic that future space travelers need.
That's it. Keep in mind these four statements. They're going to be crucial, of course, for the decision that you will take in a few moments. Let's have a look at the closing statement of this part. Santiago, could you read it, please?
The ISA will provide food capsules for 3 years, but the volunteers should become self-sufficient after this. Water, emergency medical supplies, blankets, and basic shelters will also be provided. The volunteers will attend a course covering survival skills, agriculture, and first aid. But practical skills that volunteers can bring will, of course, be an advantage.
That's it. 2 words, Santiago, basic and agriculture. That one. Very good. Well, guys, this is the general information that we have about the mission. First, the reason why it starts, the different, let's say, conditions that the place would have, the statements of the mission, and of course, talking about extra information like the abilities and other aspects that the future, let's say, people who will take part of the mission have to take into account. Guys, we already read the article. Remember the idea that you are going to summarize the main information that is for you. But I want you to think of the answer, the possible answer for this question. It says, what characteristics do you think will be most useful in Nova Terra? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to think about the answer of this question. Then we're going to socialize. Let's see from your opinion, your perspective, what characteristics you think are the most useful. That would be up to you, of course, based on the information that we have just read. Kai, do you have any questions about the instruction? Questions?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Manuel, tell me.
No questions, teacher. Sorry.
No questions. Okay, good. Well, guys, 3 minutes, and then, as usual, we begin with the volunteers, and then I'm gonna ask some of you. 3 minutes starting now. Okay, guys, thumbs up. Let's see the different perspectives that you have regarding the characteristics you think will be most useful in Novaterra. We already read the information about the conditions, what it is expected, like, let's say, the statements of the mission. So based on that, which characteristics would be the most useful? Santiago, what about you?
Well, teacher, I chose two, first of all, two characteristics. These englobe maybe many things around or into them, but well, are a very, very healthy physical and psychology state. Because, well, I consider that if you don't have, unless one of them, you cannot do whatever or get whatever of the other skills, and like the agriculture or survival skills, nor could be social people if you don't have a healthy psychology state. That's my opinion.
Okay. Santiago, thank you very much. That's physical and psychological state. That would be the first one. Very good. Any other volunteer?
Me, teacher.
Tell me, Jorge.
I think that the characteristics most useful would be survival skills agriculture, first aid, and other practical skills such as mechanic, computer technical, and chemistry.
Okay, some other survival, agriculture, mechanical, and computer skills. Okay, more skills to be included. Thank you for eso. Santiago talking about general aspects, physical and psychological. Jorge being more specific on the type of skills to have. Any other volunteer? Okay, I'm going to choose. Natalia, what do you think?
Okay, I think that one of the most useful characteristics should be have good health
Okay.
and also know about first aid and survival skills like how to make a fogata. How do you say fogata?
I thought that you were going to make the word a bonfire.
Bonfire or how to get food and water in critical conditions.
Mhm.
Know about, for example, plants.
Mhm.
I think that's it.
Okay, Natalia, thank you very much. I just said aid would be aid, first aid. One more, Xiomara, what about you? Xiomara. Well, Xiomara left for a moment, it looks like. Kiara, what about you?
And teacher, I think the most useful characteristic is the support about health and mental health in the and include different races in the mission.
Okay, the support. Mhm. And include different races. Okay. Thank you, you guys. Well, everybody, of course, has a different opinion. Keep those ideas. We will eventually go back to them. Well, guys, this is the situation. You have been accepted for mission 2050. And you have been asked who should go with you. We're going to read the other 9 shortlisted candidates. The information is on pages 42 and 43, but we are gonna read them all together, okay? Let me finish here with the instructions on the book. Guys, this is what you're going to do. Of course, we're going to read the information. The idea, guys, is that while we read each profile, you're going to decide which factors make them suitable and which factors don't make them suitable. The idea, guys, is that while we read for the moment individually, you're going to decide which 5 candidates you would and would not like to spend the next year with. The idea is to provide reasons. You don't need to spend. It is not necessary. The intention is for you like, well, they are 9. But the idea is that you are going to decide, well, I'm not going to give the number yet. From the list of 9 people, you are going to choose the ones that you actually would like and the ones that you wouldn't like to spend the next 10 years with. Of course, the reasons are still required. So let's have a look at our book. I'm gonna change here the screen. We're going to read information about the 9 people. Remember, guys, we are talking about pages 42 and 43. While we read, remember to keep in mind, like first, the factors that you consider make them suitable to be part of the mission, and then the group of the people that you think you would like to go with you, and the one that you actually wouldn't like you to go with you. Let's read each of them. Beatrice, could you read the first one, please?
Yes, teacher. Kimi Kijon Korean 36. Nurse does not speak English. Calm and self-sufficient and good team player. Tends to be introvert and uncommunicative.
And communicative.
And communicative.
That's it. Diego, could you read the next one, Sabrina?
Yes, teacher. Sabrina S. American, 24. A Victorian, married to all below. 4 months pregnant. A sociable and well-meaning, but very talkative. Can be needy and attention seeking.
That's it. Thank you very much. Sebastian, could you read the next one, please, Al? Sebastian? Well, not here. Jorge, please.
Tell me, teacher.
Would you read the profile that we have in here, Al's profile?
Okay. Ace S. American, 29. 5 years in U.S. Army. Now a builder. Married to Sabrina above. Strong physically, but has put on a lot of weight. Disciplined in Army for aggressive behavior, but now very religious.
Religious. And builder. Very good. Let's continue with the candidates. We have Paterno. Karen, could you read it, please?
Yes, Paterno, Filipino, 34. Professor of engineering, gifted musician and singer, friendly but very intellectual and bookish.
Guys, you know or you remember the idea of bookish?
No, me.
When we say that someone is bookish, is that it takes too much time on books, right? The person is more like in reading instead of doing things. That goes on that intention. Catherine, could you read about Carolina?
Carolina, Colombian, 27. Artist, very extrovert and humorous, very individualistic, can be really rebellious and heavy smoker.
Heavy. Very good. Let's continue with Alec. Kiara, could you read the information, please?
Alec, Russian, 38, primary school teacher, former ballroom dancing champion, friendly with very good people skills, has suffered from depression.
Primary. And the final three, we have Omar. Manuel, could you read his description, please?
Yes, teacher. Low student, slightly disabled in left arm, ex-member of Egyptian Paralympic football team, highly intelligent, humorous, excellent communicator. Can be hot-tempered and argumentative.
That's it. Let's look at the next one, Bahar. Maria, could you read the description, please?
Okay, Bahar, Turkish, 42. Agricultural expert who has worked a lot in developing countries. Widow and mother of 2 daughters. I said 17 and 18. Calm and resilient, but rather moralist. greater empathy with other people, not a team player.
Mhm. The pronunciation of worked, they is not that present, let's put it like that, aged, and impatient. And we finish with Giorgio. Marlon, could you read it, please?
Yes, teacher. Giorgio, yes.
Mhm.
Giorgio, Italian, Doctor, General Practitioner, good leadership, charming and good fun. Had heart attack years ago, but he knew good.
Now good. Mhm. Good leadership. Great. Well, guys, once again, remember that this information, we have it on the book. I'm going to display the slide again. I'm going to give you 7 minutes probably to scan once again all those profiles. The idea, guys, is that for the moment it is individual. Remember, in your opinion, the one that you would like to go with you to the mission and the ones that you wouldn't like to go with you. The number in this case is not relevant. At the beginning, I told you 5, but it doesn't make sense. I put the 5 on the next slide. So if you consider that you would like to go with 7, okay, 7. If you consider that from that list, only from that list, you're gonna go with only one, well, that's okay. But for the moment, let's decide the ones that yes and the ones that no. Now, do you have any questions about the instructions?
Teacher, is necessary say and why yes and why no?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a very long description. Probably you want to say, no, because has bad temper.
Okay.
Yeah, something very simple. Don't worry about long description. They are not necessary. Something very short. Okay. Questions? Okay. 7 minutes starting now. Okay, guys, time's up. Well, up to this point, you should already know, let's say the two lists, the ones that would and the ones that wouldn't. And as Beatriz was asking, it wasn't necessary to provide like a really long description. Just by the information given, choose something that you like or that you don't really like about them. Okay. No problem. Welcome. Okay. With that information, now we're going to move to the collaborative part. And what you're going to do, guys, is that you are going to compare the candidates that you have chosen and to explain why. The idea, guys, is that in your groups, you are going to reach on an agreement on the 5 candidates that all of you guys would like to go to. So if in case that any of your classmates talks about one of those participants that you consider that you wouldn't include on your list, you can use the reason that you have just chosen, right? The idea, guys, is that as a group, you're going to present the list of 5 candidates and the reasons why you consider they should go. In this case, we're going to stick, let's put it like that, with the positive list, the one that you would like to go to. Very careful with that part, okay? So, of course, this is going to be a collaborative activity. I'm gonna send you the link to the chat and I'm gonna create the rooms. I think I gotta make sure that I organize the repeated names. Give me a second.
Teacher, on one slide for each group.
Yes. Let me check the names. Manuel, Marlon. That would be it. Okay. Yeah, I already managed to organize the groups in terms of avoiding, let's say, repetitions. Let me make sure that you can share your screen. Guys, in total, you're going to have 15 minutes. I will be checking the charts. In case that probably more time is needed, I will also let you know that you need, that I extended the amount of time. Remember, guys, choose the candidates. Just the 5, it is not a ranking. Okay. The idea, it doesn't mean that number 1 is the most important and number 5 the least. It's just not like that. The 5 that you consider you would like to go to and the reasons. Hopefully an agreement on the group. You can't put like 2 names in number 1, for example. Only 1 name on each space. Guys, do you have any questions about the instructions?
No, teacher.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Let's go to the rooms. Bueno, todavía hay muchos participantes acá. Está Katherine. Ninguna de las 2 cuentas de Marlon. Ahora sí, Manuela. Okay, guys, welcome back. Now we're going to share your ideas. Remember that the intention is also to see how similar or different your answers are. You have to choose the ones that you would like to go to. I'm sure that with the opinion that you had already collected with the previous exercise, sorry, probably you could convince your classmates a little bit more. Let me see a group that had already finished. I'm going to start with group number 2, guys. Well, I hope that the other groups are about to finish because, well, you know the drill. We are going to present your ideas. In group number 2, we had Beatriz, Maria, Sebastián, and Diego. Diego, could you present your candidates and the reasons, please? Diego. Is he here?
Yes, teacher, Diego is here.
In a spirit, but because he's not near his computer, I guess. Well, Beatriz, then you are in charge of sharing the ideas of your group.
Yes, teacher. In my group, I found 5 candidates. In the number 1, Giorgio, Italian. He is 55 years. I found this because he is a doctor, a general practitioner, and leadership and good fun.
I found?
Good fun.
No. They said I found him. Or you mean that you chose him? Found es encontrar.
Yes. I search.
Search, buscar.
Encontramos or I select. We select
Selected.
5 candidates. Selected. Yeah.
Okay, better.
The second, Paterno, si Filipino, 34. And because he's an engineer and he's good with reading books, he understands very good and he's friendly. The third, Mikyon, Korean, he's 36 years. He's a nurse and a good team player. Also, she is calm. And Sabrina, an American, because they are couple. And it's for Sabrina, it's a good opportunity for the first Martian baby to be born, and he is sociable. An American, he's strong, ideal for heavy jobs, and he could be a good father.
Okay. Sociable. Well, the name of the guy is Al. You said American. That's his name. Let's have a look at a few things. In group number 2. He's good. He understands. Not very good, very well. Okay. Because it's a verb. Porque no dice, bueno, pero entiende muy bien. Yeah, that's Spanish. In English, when we're talking about an action, we have to use the adverb. And good in this case is the adjective. We can't use adjectives with verbs. Okay. Very good. Thank you, group number 2, and Beatriz for sharing the ideas. Let's see another group that is already finished, group number 1. We have Jorge, Santiago, Karen, and Xiomara. Xiomara, could you read, please, the conclusions of your group?
Yes, teacher. Number 1 candidate is Giorgio. Because you could be studying how people over 55 will be. In addition, he also has experience in medicine. His experience is significant in the mission. The second is Bar. Despite she's a team player, due her impatience, she has lots of knowledge about agriculture, which will be useful useful at this kind of situation. Here, social behavior can be driving. 3 is young because she's a nurse and she has other characteristics such as calm, self-sufficient, and good team player. For his paternal, his knowledge in a technical field, which could be valuable for solving problems during the mission. Additionally, Paterno's talent as a gifted musician and singer can provide multiple benefits, like relief streets. 5, Ali, he is a healthy young man with very good people skill. Speaking in simple words, he is someone who can do difficult physical tasks and at the same time can be a calm voice to listen.
Okay, let's have a look at a few corrections. This one, at the beginning you said, you could be studied. I don't get what that idea is. How people over 55 evolve. ¿Qué quieren? What do you want to say there with you could be studied?
Teacher, como que poder estudiar el comportamiento de las personas de 50 años.
Puede estudiar el comportamiento. Ok. Él, ¿cierto?
Sí.
Esto es lo que hay que arreglar. Then it would be a regular sentence using the model. He could study. Porque he could be studied es que él podría ser estudiado. O sea que lo van a estudiar a él. And what I get is that you mean that. That's the idea if you say he could be studied, que él podría ser estudiado. And then this how it's also a situation. So keep in mind that. Okay. Could you repeat the idea, Xiomara? Sorry.
Teacher, es que la idea es que se pueda estudiar el comportamiento de las personas de 50 años. O sea, estudiar cómo es la evolución de una persona de 50 años en esas condiciones en las condiciones en las que va a estar.
Listo, entonces nos toca cambiarle el puesto a la oración. Sería, el comportamiento de las personas de esta edad puede ser estudiado. Entonces, para que lo ajusten acá, para que sea con ese orden y poder usar passive voice, que me imagino fue la intención. Entonces, no es que él como tal, sino el comportamiento. You gotta make the change in that one. Basically, it's like the translation. El comportamiento de las personas de 55 años puede ser estudiado. It's exactly the same order in Spanish that would be in English. Very good. Here in Paternos, his knowledges, el conocimiento no es contable. So we would say his knowledge. In Spanish, we say sus conocimientos. And in our case, it works, but in English, it can't be counted. Ok, bueno, falta el espacio, pero es una cosa que sale rápido. Ok. Al colocar este which, pareciera que viene otra idea, porque digamos, it says, his knowledge in a technical field, which could be valuable for solving problems during the mission, queda como volando. I would eliminate the which. Like this. His knowledge in technical field could be valuable for solving problems during the mission. Boom, that's the idea, that it's ended. Next, listo. Nice, thank you. Y este he no, este he lo tienen que quitar como sea, nunca nos va a servir ahí. Thank you very much. Group number 2, don't forget to make the adjustments. Let's have a look at group number 3. We have Kiara, Mandy, and Natalia. Let me present it like this. Mandy, could you read the final decision of your group, please?
Teacher Mandy is commuting in this
Commuting?
month. Commuting
Okay.
in this month.
Okay. So, then you're in charge.
With Bahar, here know about agriculture and here know about developing countries is very useful for the mission. Mi Young, she's a nurse and she know to how work in team. Due to her profession, she could support us in every health emergency. Paterno, he is an engineer. He could help us in every problem with the station. Within, he won't have aggressive behaviors. AIs, his experience in use army be useful to know how to behavior in dangerous situation. He must be very disciplined and strong physical. Giorgio, his medical skills be useful in every health emergency. Also, he could coordinate different kind of teamworks, and he could give us calm when we need it.
Okay. Group number 3, we have a good amount of adjustments to make. When you say her no, what do you mean by no?
Conocimiento.
Okay, then it's incomplete. Her knowledge, yes. Because no means only the action, right? The verb. And I guess it is repeated over here too, but it is very useful for the mission. Remember that in third person, we need to add the S to the verb, right? It's a very annoying grammatical rule, but we gotta follow. How to work in team, and she could support us in every health emergency. Well, it is not necessary to use capitalization after comma. He encontrado que en varios casos, no sé si van a utilizar desde el celular, tal vez, el he se los envía en mayúscula. His experience in U.S. Army be useful. We need like a modal, como que podría ser útil, debería ser útil. I'm gonna bet on could, probably is just a prediction, right? Because only be sería ser útil. Necesitamos ayudarlo con algo. To know how to, and also I'm gonna jump a little bit, I'm gonna put it in here. Also how to behavior es comportamiento. Y comportamiento es un sustantivo. You mean behave. That's the verb. In dangerous situations, you must be very... notice that in here, you put the must. Aquí sí con el modal ya cuadramos. Very good. We already know that adjectives are not plural in English, right? So we could coordinate different kinds of teamwork, diferentes tipos. En inglés el different no lo podemos pluralizar, mientras que el kind sí. Guys, in group number 3, thank you very much. Let's go now with group number 4. We are already finishing the idea. That is a good news because I'm gonna present it. There you go. We have Vanessa, Marlon, and Manuel. Vanessa, could you read the final discussion, the final summary?
Okay, teacher. Our candidates are Fierce Omar. He's very intelligent and excellent communicator. He could bring good ideas to the group. He has got over this disability, which means that in the difficult situation and lead over them. And second is Amor. She's expert in agriculture and it's a great skill for the job supervisor. Also, she is calm and resilient, and these qualities are important to the difficult environment they will submerge in. Three is Giorgio. His leadership will have to grow to work together in the same objective. Also, his experience and doctor is always useful. For Paterno, he has the knowledge and understanding for being a teacher and engineer. He is versatile. He can give critical ideas for the success of the mission. Finally, Al, because he belonged to the army, he probably acted this discipline, can work, and he could be a piece for cooperation in the mission. He is also very strong, which will be useful for the hard work they will be required to the during the mission.
Okay. Just pronunciation, ideas. You said ideas at some point. And agriculture. I don't know why that word is being a little bit tricky in terms of pronunciation. One thing in the second, let's say, explanation, talking about a mar, is that they will be submerged in. In this case, we don't need the past form. Because we have, sorry, no, we have David, my mistake, sorry. You are absolutely right. It is all correct. Don't pay attention. Okay, very good, guys. Nothing to say, to be honest. And in group number 5, you got only to 4. You didn't agree on the 5th, I guess. Let me display it. You have Jessica, Manuela, and Catherine. Jessica, please.
Okay, one, Paterno C. We think that he will be a case base in the team because he's engineering. We can have fun listening to him sing. Also, he's friendly and intellectual, and he could become a father. And 2, Bahar M. She could be useful for an agricultural project. She is calm and resistant. She could work alone. Giorgio M. He is a doctor and good leadership. He is very important for this mission. And Kay, my cute, she is nurse, is calm and self-sufficient and good team player. She could have children.
Okay, before we move to the corrections, you didn't agree on a 5th candidate? Only 4? Why?
Because the other candidates, we're not sure.
You were not sure?
Yes, Miss, because we think that in the space we need to be a good team, yeah? The others candidate are smoker or argumentative people or dangerous people, and we only choose 4 for this reason.
Okay, interesting perspective, ladies. Well, let's have a look at a few mini corrections. You said that paternal good because he's engineering. What's the meaning of engineering?
Engineer. Sorry, miss.
Make the correction, please. You said we can have fun listening to him. Bueno, voy a llevarme esta ING que está acá. Singing. We have to add this information here. He's really intelligent and he could become a father. The pronunciation, agricultural. He escuchado mucho agriculture. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday that we were saying that this combination, T-U-R, usually it's T-U-R-E. It always sounds like sure. Pero a varios ya les sé, a tal persona le digo la corrección y luego otra persona la dice y me la dice mal. Careful with those things. Remember, guys, any word that has that ending or that combination of letters, T-U-R-E, it sounds like sure. Since she could work alone. A doctor. Okay. This one that you said that he is a doctor and a good leadership. What's the meaning of leadership?
Leader.
Leadership is liderazgo.
Liderazgo.
So how do we say leader? You have to eliminate the chip part, okay? So in terms of grammar, it is all correct, okay? Very good. A few things to be corrected. Well, guys, thank you very much for the opinions provided. A few corrections to be made, but well, as usual, very like small things to keep in mind. Let me check the time, okay? I'm going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the session in order to check your memory. Am I sharing this slide? Yeah, because we have to have a look at the parameters of the exam. First of all, you already know the percentages. They are exactly the same. Well, because it is administrative, I'm going to say this once again in Spanish. Ustedes ya conocen muy bien los porcentajes, no cambia. Lo que yo les decía al inicio en este correo es más que todo para que tengan en cuenta las fechas. Entonces, yo les había dicho los días anteriores que el ciclo pues ya sabemos que termina mañana. Nosotros internamente tenemos que hacer todo el proceso en sistemas, sí, las notas, en asistencia, nos toca colocar día por día, las 4 horas, etcétera. Tenemos plazo hasta el jueves, ¿listo? Para hacer las actividades en el aula virtual. Entonces, este va a ser el último componente que voy a colocar en el sistema académico, porque ya para el viernes en la mañana debe estar la información, ¿listo? Entonces, el jueves viene siendo la fecha límite a la medianoche para que ustedes se pongan al día con las actividades de Moodle, de tal manera que el 19, digamos que lo único, entre comillas, que yo tenga que hacer sea subir la nota del aula virtual. Entonces, para que lo tengan presente. Si se llegan a hacer algo este 19, digamos que ya no va a contar, porque de las primeras cosas que haré en esa mañana será descargar el calificador. Entonces, para que lo tengamos presente. Segundo, obviamente hoy tenemos la fecha máxima para subirlo del proyecto. Ahorita estaba revisando el link y el link que les envié al correo no funcionó. Nadie me dijo nada. Pues igual yo sé que ustedes no tienen pierde porque en la primera presentación o en el correo los lleva directamente a la carpeta de materiales y por defecto la carpeta de materiales pues lo lleva aquí a la carpeta donde se sube lo del proyecto. De todas maneras porque pues me quedó mal. Les envío acá el link de la carpeta. Voy a actualizar para aclarar cuáles son los nombres que ya están. Marlon, Manuela, María, Diego, Xiomara, Beatriz. Bueno, acá Steven, yo decir, póngame el nombre, pero pues aquí con la cuenta aparece su nombre, obviamente. Jorge, Karen, Kiara y Natalia. Guys, en ese caso, en ese sí, pues tengo que solicitarles que hay que respetar como la fecha. Let me see the chat. Bueno, esa me demoró en contestar. Ahorita la contesto, espero no se me olvide. Bueno, la fecha es hasta hoy. Listo, como ustedes saben, pues este parámetro implica así que se cumpla lo más posible. Creo que falta muy poco. La última vez que hice la cuenta iban 14, somos 17. Entonces, creería yo que en el transcurso de lo que queda, ustedes suben esa parte. Y bueno, como siempre, aquí están los parámetros del examen, lo que ustedes ya conocen. Conocen bastante bien, pero como les he dicho, eso es una parte administrativa, aunque en algunos ciclos creo que me lo he saltado. Tenemos nuestro examen final el día de mañana. Recuerden los exploradores sugeridos. Ya incluso en pruebas pasadas nos ha ocurrido que a veces los audios del listening no salen. La solución es cambiar de explorador. ¿Por qué pasa? Simplemente pasa. ¿Listo? No debería suceder, es verdad, pero pasa. Entonces tengamos en cuenta que esa es una situación que puede ocurrir. Los otros parámetros como de formato en general, evitando tener pestañas abiertas, evitar también que el autocorrector no esté activo en la página. Quizás hay un aspecto muy importante que les insistimos mucho y es en la honestidad al momento de presentar el examen. Yo les decía hace ya 10 días, como siempre, porque nuestros ciclos son bastante cortos, que es de honestidad. Al final del día, ustedes deciden qué tan real es su proceso acá. Las docentes hacemos las actividades, revisamos, si usan traductor todo el tiempo, es su decisión. Si están usando el chat GPT, es su decisión. Si no es su propia construcción, ustedes son los dueños de su proceso. Obviamente lo mío no es regañar, nunca ha sido así, pero sí veo la importancia como de recordar esos detalles. No sé, en algo tan simple como pasarse una respuesta. Es que uno de pronto no le ve la maldad de esas cosas que para ayudar al otro, porque el aula virtual está muy pesada, etcétera, etcétera. Eso va teniendo como su impacto. Al final del día, ¿quiénes van a presentar una entrevista? Ustedes. ¿A quién le toca de pronto hacer eventualmente un texto, demostrar su conocimiento para un puesto? A ustedes. Entonces, de ahí en adelante, el proceso es muy personal. Como todo, es cuestión de disciplina y ser constantes y realistas. Ahora, de pronto hay otros factores externos que pues ya uno no entra aquí a juzgar en ningún momento. Pero vuelvo a hablar del examen. Ya saben el proceso del Zoom. Recuerden que la parte escrita es lo que se realiza al principio, son 110 minutos, como les he contado en los exámenes previos. La idea es que ojalá estemos todos unos 2 minuticos antes de las 6, para que a las 6 yo tome asistencia, les envíe el link y sean los 110 minutos desde el arranque. Sé que por cuestiones de logística para algunas personas es complicado, pero la idea, mi intención siempre ha sido que gasten los 110 minutos y puedan tener el tiempo correspondiente para la parte del speaking. ¿Listo? Nuevamente aquí hablando de la honestidad, incluso para la parte del speaking. Pero bueno, ya con la profe Laura Juliana tienen sus parámetros particulares. Algo que deben mantener siempre a la mano es esa hojita para escribir las respuestas. Ya nos ha pasado que están llegando a la parte final del examen, se cae el internet, queda todo en blanco y que toca volver a empezar. Evidentemente es harto y es demandante, pero pues ya teniendo las respuestas a la mano, nos vamos a gastar menos tiempo. Entonces, así les dé pereza, así ya estén sentados y se digan, ay, no tengo acá la hoja, levántense, consigan la hojita, porque uno nunca sabe, para evitar tener que trabajar doble. Nuevamente, no debería pasar, pero pasa y es algo inevitable. ¿Listo? Ya sabemos los parámetros del listening. Afortunadamente el listening es el primero. Entonces, como les contaba al inicio, si no les sale la barra del listening, cambien de explorador. No esperen a que mágicamente aparezca, a ver qué sucede. No, si no aparece, cambio. Paso a Firefox, paso a, no sé, Safari, al que tengan. Pero hagan el cambio, no le pierdan tiempo a eso. Obviamente ustedes controlan, no. Tienen ahí como la información de cuánto tiempo les va quedando. Tengan en cuenta que incluso dentro de cada habilidad el nivel de dificultad va aumentando. El primer punto del listening es el más fácil, el primer punto del reading es el más fácil, se supone que el primer punto del writing es el más fácil. Más que más fácil es el que menos puntaje tiene, ¿no? Entonces, sepan distribuirle el tiempo a esas cosas. Recuerden que ese primer punto del writing, el que ha sido un poco más complejo, vale 5 puntos, mientras que el último punto vale 30. Ese pues debería tener un poquito más de atención comparado al primero. Algo que afortunadamente hemos respetado y se los agradezco es que al momento de estar en el examen, bueno, la gran mayoría creo que solo pasó una vez realmente. Las preguntas se hacen a través del chat. Lo digo y lo sostengo. Si me llegan de pronto a abrir el micrófono por el afán, no les voy a contestar. La idea es que no haya interrupción. Recuerden que durante la prueba deben estar conectados. ¿Listo? Ya cuando terminen la prueba, pues sí ya deben salir de la sesión. Porque igual pues hace parte del proceso como si estuviéramos en un examen, llamémoslo porque no común y corriente. ¿Listo? Ya sabemos los diferentes contratiempos, o sea, que se vaya la luz, que se caiga el internet, etcétera. Ustedes ya tienen su plan B, ya tienen su hojita, perdón, ahí lista, con las respuestas para volver a pasarles. No, creo que han sido muy pocos los casos que están en tablet haciendo el examen, perdón, desde la tablet o del celular. Ustedes ya saben que colocan el explorador como sitio de escritorio y con eso es más que suficiente. Entonces, mañana muy a las 6 en punto. Tomo asistencia, acto seguido, les paso el link del examen y ahí estamos para presentar la prueba. Y recuerden, guys, ustedes me tienen que informar que ya presentaron la prueba. Yo tengo un mensaje, perdón, que es prediseñado diciendo, confirmo recibido, recuerde que en el speaking, muchas gracias. Y eso es todo. ¿Listo? Guys, ¿preguntas?
Teacher, about when are we going to start the next cycle?
Would be Tuesday the 23rd.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Welcome. Y bueno, también en ese mismo orden de ideas, les cuento, guys, que este es el último ciclo que yo los acompaño. Desde el próximo martes, en este primer bloque, van a estar con la profe Sandy Ardila. ¿Listo? Ella lo va a acompañar desde B1.5 y lo que es B2. Entonces, de paso, porque pues mañana vamos a estar súper ocupados con el examen, obviamente, aprovecho para invitarlos a que sigan trabajando súper juiciosos. Sé que el horario y el trabajo es súper demandante, pero bueno, vamos casi a la mitad del proceso, guys, entonces nada. Sigan así, trabajando constantemente, dedicándole tiempo a esto, que como con todo en la vida, eso es cuestión de dedicación. No, no, no. Es que ustedes ya están acostumbrados a mí, por eso les da tristeza. No se preocupen. No, ya es por una cuestión. No, no, no es nada malo, no es nada malo. No es que yo me haya quejado ni que diga que usted. No, 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 no es algo, ya es algo personal, no se preocupen. Ya para esta fecha yo ya tenía programado pues como otro proyecto personal y pues por cuestiones de logística no los puedo seguir acompañando. Ay, guys, muchísimas gracias. Yo también, la verdad les admiro mucho todo su trabajo. El ser juiciosos también, pues yo sé que hay veces que soy cansona, de pronto mi forma de responder no era como la más apropiada, pero créanme que no, nunca fue de mala fe ni mucho menos. Es esa forma particular que uno tiene de ser, pero siempre mi interés en mi insistencia, de pronto en mi forma de decirle las cosas era buscando que mejoraran. Nunca, nunca, nunca he hecho las cosas de mala fe, siempre he sido así. ¿Puedo hablar duro? Sí, a veces hablo feo, es verdad, pero nunca es de mala fe. Sí, Marlon, total. Se me sale el santanderiano a veces y pues eso es como que da un poquito de vergüenza. Entonces, pues no les había contado que ese era el último ciclo, pero sí, pues dije, ya les tengo que contar porque mañana no les quiero quitar tiempo en el examen. Guys, thank you. Les va a ir súper bien, independientemente con los docentes que estén, les va a ir súper, hiper, mega bien. Sigan trabajando, eso es lo que tienen que hacer, guys. Y yo también, pues, estamos desde que de noviembre, obviamente. Cada noche a esta hora los voy a estar pensando. Entonces, espero les vaya súper, hiper, mega bien. Háganme quedar bien, háganme el favor. Donde yo me entere que esos proyectos, no mentira, yo sé que les va a quedar súper bonito. I guess, thank you. Thank you very much.
Profe, muchas gracias por todo. De verdad, pues yo quería agradecerle mucho pues, su tiempo, la dedicación y digamos, pues al menos por mi parte, pero yo creo que muchos estarán de acuerdo, se ha notado mucho la dedicación que ustedes o que usted específicamente ha tenido con el grupo, entonces pues le agradezco mucho eso.
Ay, muchísimas gracias, guys. Sí, claro que sí. Siempre toda la dedicación posible y lo que les decía, claro, hay cosas que corregir y cosas que arreglar, pero siempre todo con la buena intención y buscando que ustedes mejoren totalmente. Guys, muchísimas gracias por sus palabras tan bonitas. Me llevo esa experiencia obviamente en el corazón y espero que les vaya muy bien. De verdad, espero que todos lleguen hasta el final del proyecto. Esa es la intención. Y bueno, guys, no les quiero robar más tiempo. Les agradezco obviamente todo su tiempo, incluso obviamente, ahora sí, todo su cariño. Esas son cosas que pues uno como profesor siempre se lleva en el corazón. Guys, entonces nos vemos mañana. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sebastián. Súper puntuales, porfis, para que nos vaya súper bien en el examen, como siempre ha sido así. ¿Listo? Guys, have a good night and see you tomorrow. Bye, bye.
You too, teacher.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.